Don't talk but that one-footed, broke-footed, club-footed. We don't with Larys round here. You think we don't know that Larys killed his daddy and his brother? You know, one of my reading-ass friends told me that this episode was gonna make me mad. And so I was waiting the whole episode for like what it is. And yeah, I am. And I am tired. I am very tired of everybody acting like we're not already at war. Like, what is this constant deliberating? Are we, will we, won't we? You're at war. Y'all already killing kids. Let's run it back. The episode begins with us being introduced to the Brackens and the Blackwoods. The Brackens have declared for Aegon and them. The Blackwoods have declared for Rhaenyra and them. So obviously we the Blackwoods. Immediately they start beefing, they start warring, and they show us like mad casualties, okay? And apparently this family has always had beef. Like this is just now an extra reason to get it cracking now that, you know, both sides warring, but they've had beef apparently all throughout time. When we first see Rhaenyra, she's burying Sir Eric and Sir Eric. Jacaerys is there like, I don't know why we burying this dirty traitor next to his brother, sullying up this grave. And Rhaenyra's like, listen, it's not his fault that he kept his oath. Now Rhaenys is there like, between you and me, I'm just saying, ain't no way Otto had anything to do with this sloppy, crazy shit. Like, sending twins in, like, no way. She was like, listen, obviously Aegon is doing whatever the he wants. Though it's bloodshed, little kids doing wild shit over there. But she's like, listen, have you considered talking to Alicent? I really think Alicent is of the same mind as you and doesn't want war. Like, she sent a letter, and Rhaenyra's like, that bitch, my child is dead. I'm not talking to her, okay? And Rhaenys is like, listen, I think you might consider. Then when we get back to King's Landing, we are at the round table and Sir Criston Cole is there being hand. Like, it's really crazy because I saw him become hand, but it's really wild to see double down on a drunken night decision. You know what I mean? Making Sir Criston Cole your hand and sticking to it is a lot like getting blackout drunk, marrying a stranger in Vegas, waking up and saying, we should keep doing that shit. Like, what? And you know, let me tell you how you know something is a bad idea. When the person who's them can't get on board. Alicent is literally riding homie's dick and she's still there like, so we not gonna act like this was a stupid plan? Like we not gonna mention why Sir Eric is dead? And Sir Criston Cole is like, he was given a noble mission and he failed. That's all that is. And Alicent is like, he was given a stupid, hasty mission. And Sir Criston Cole is like, I don't know why you're trying to play me in front of company. Like, I don't know why you're trying to do me like that, baby. Aegon, ever the jackass, has still learned nothing. He's still there like, that was a good plan. Like, Alicent is like, you realize that's a stupid plan, right? And Aegon's like, no, it was active. It was something rather than just waiting for war to come meet us at our door. And Alicent is like, we guaranteed war's coming to meet us on our door now because you done send people in to try to execute Rhaenyra. Like, be so for real. But he ain't hearing sense. He's not hearing sense. Now, mind you, now they getting word that the Brackens and the Blackwoods are already engaging in war, that they've been mad bodies dead. They were able to kill like the head of the Blackwoods. Aegon is like, ooh, great. And you know it, you an idiot when a Lannister is the one who has to speak up like, no, like I don't think that's a win for real, bro. Like, plenty of people dead. Like, dead is like, yeah, you got that, but they got a whole lot on too. And Aegon is like, war is fun, girls. Don't you love war? Fools. Alicent keeps trying to impress upon Cole that his plans are short-sighted and that he's up, but he's not trying to hear it. He is ignoring her. All he want to do, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go myself. You know, it's about speed. It's about being fast. It's about using force. Just toxic masculinity. Like, he just, you know what it remind me of? When I was in high school, they made us take sports credits in order to graduate, and I am athletically inept, and I was on the softball team, and I remember feeling like if I listened to Till I Collapse by Eminem right before the practice, I get hyped up like in a movie, I'm definitely gonna kill it. And we always lost. Like, we always lost. And Sir Criston Cole's dumbass, that's him because he on his way, he's convinced, right, that in order for them to win the war, they need to take the Riverlands. But the key to the Riverlands is Harrenhal. So they need to go get Harrenhal. But Daemon already done made it to Harrenhal and claimed the damn thing, okay? First of all, when Daemon rolls into Harrenhal, his dragon is carrying on bad. And I was like, it's crazy how these dragons be acting just like their owners. Yeah, his dragon was just doing the most, just in like, because there's thunder and lightning, he hype. foolishness. Damon didn't have to do no nothing. Damon gets off his dragon, he goes into the castle, and the minute they see him, they're like, let me flee the scene, right? And he's like, listen, I've come here to claim Harrenhal, and the little old man there's like, so it seems that's just all right. Go ahead, take it. Don't kill me. That's fine. Ain't no problem. Let me bend my knee right now. You want to have dinner? Come have dinner. Come sit down. Come have dinner. Damon's like, so Damon goes sit down for dinner, but he ain't want to eat the food. And the man is like, listen, you eat your food. Come on, eat your food. He's like, no, man, poison. He's like, you think we poison you? Ain't I didn't tell you that we on your side? We're on your side. And Damon is like, listen, I can't be sure. Y'all have ties to Larys Strong. And he's like, don't talk about that one-footed, broke-footed, club-footed bitch. We don't with Larys round here. He's like, you think we don't know that Larys killed his daddy and his brother, otherwise known as my kin? You think we ain't know that? He's like, this place ain't had a fire since before Jesus left the earth. You think? Okay. He's like, you think we stupid? That man set that fire so that he could go be in charge. So him, my prince. And Damon is like, your grace. And my man's like, oh shit. I'm sorry, I got comfortable. I misspoke. Because, Damon, technically, he there supposed to be swearing his loyalty to Damon and Rhaenyra, right? So if you recognizing Damon and Rhaenyra as the true king, as the true queen, because, he just is the king consort. He ain't nobody but her man. But if you recognizing them as the true leadership, then he's not the prince. He's the king consort, and thus your grace. And it's crazy. Damon's so listen, Damon's the most shout. When we see Mysaria, I played my girl Mysaria last episode. Mysaria was supposed to be getting on a boat to her freedom. Rhaenyra had decided to let her go be free. And right when she was about to get on her boat, she saw Sir Eric arriving. She went back to the castle to warn Sir Eric. And so this episode, we see her now with Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra is grateful, like, you saved my life. You didn't have to do that. Why did you do that for me? And she was like, I did that for you because I asked you for my freedom. You didn't have to show me that grace, and you did. And that's more than I've ever seen from any of the leadership. And Rhaenyra's like, okay, so you want something? And Mysaria's like, you ain't want to give some? I figure you would want to give me something, and I save your life. So you have something for me, right? Rhaenyra's like, name your price, what you want? And Mysaria's like, I want a seat in your court. I want to stay. I want to stick around. I want to be people. And Rhaenyra's like, didn't you tell me all you wanted to do was to get the out of here? Wasn't that you who tell me the one thing you want to do is get on the boat and go? So why the you want to stay here now? And Mysaria's like, because of what I've seen from you, it would give me an opportunity. I'd be an asset to you. I know all these people business in the Red Keep. I know all the comings and goings, so I'd be an asset. I really don't with the High Towers. I don't what they did to my people, and more importantly, I feel like you're the lesser of two evils, and I would rather be able to look out for the small people like me and help advise you to be better to them. That'd be nice. And some Rhaenyra's like, cool, that's a deal. We can do that. We get a lot of time with my girls, Rhaena and Baela this episode. Rhaena and Baela are Damon's kids with Laena, who's dead, right? And so now, they're Rhaenyra's stepkids. We see Rhaenyra talking to Rhaena and telling Rhaena that she's gonna send her away to the same place where her mommy died. And Rhaena's like, y'all really have to stop playing with me. Rhaena's like, I don't do too much fussing. I don't ask for much, Lord. I don't do too much carrying on. But please don't send me to where my ma died. Rhaenyra's like, please, man, you have to go do that. And I'm sending away my boys too. It hurts. First of all, that would annoy the shit out of me if I was Rhaena. I'm like, dog, my mommy died. My mommy died there. I don't want to go there. And you respond with like, oh, it hurt you so much to have to send your boys. Bitch, well, me, I'm not. Girl, anyway, she's like, listen, you see what has happened already to Lucerys? You see what's happened already to Lucerys? I needed to send them away for protection. I need all y'all to be safe. It's really safe there. Please go and look after my boys like you were their mother. And then look after these baby dragons that we have, these tiny baby dragons, and take care of them. And Rhaena just sitting there looking there like, what the fuck, I hate duty. Muddo. When we next see Sir Criston Cole, now this has a shitty haircut to match his shitty leadership skills, okay? Oh my God. We see him, and now we're meeting Alicent's brother. Alicent's brother's name is Sir Gawain. And for a second, I liked him because he had an attitude with Sir Criston Cole off the rip. He was like, that's funny how my daddy, a who's been hand to the king 3 times, otherwise known as a qualified, suddenly loses his job, and a bum ass nobody Jones like you suddenly ends up appointed. Ain't that suspicious? Like that's really what he giving him. And I'm like, I like that. And so Criston Cole has an attitude because Alicent's like, listen, my brother's going with you off to war. And he's like, oh, we're full. We're good. The army's full. And she's like, well, it could be fuller than that. You taking my brother. And then so Kristen Cole is like, oh, can I get some love? You know, I getting ready to go. Give me something. So mind you, they out in the park. They out in the little courtyard where everybody could see. So she just take her little handkerchief and hand it to him. Meanwhile, her brother looking at it over there like, clocked. When we next see Rhaenyra with her council full of men, they are exhausting me. I mean, it's just a bunch of old men screaming, use the dragons, use the dragons, use the dragons. It's crazy, right? Because like they standing there like they these tactical, they know war and Rhaenyra don't know because she's a girl. Like they really fixed their mouth at one point to be like, you could go on sabbatical, go on vacation. We could handle, we've thought about handling it by ourselves. And Rhaenyra was like, y'all couldn't have been thinking about that because that would be treason. You must have lost your mind. They like, I apologize for my outburst. But they literally screaming at Rhaenyra like, oh, you need to use the dragons. It's one of them in particular who really being extra mansplaining. And Rhaenyra's like, listen, dragons start fighting dragons, everybody could lose, okay? I telling you, it could be nothing but mass destruction. She's like, sometimes the threat of dragons is enough. And my like, listen here, sword is not for the threat of, it's for you to light the place up on fire, burn it down. And Rhaenyra's like, and she looks across to Rhaenys, who was the only sensible person in the room she could trust. And the reason they acting like this is because in them they too hot up. They can't wait to hear back from Daemon and Harrenhal. They have no faith that Daemon is gonna be able to get Harrenhal. So they just like, oh, what if you just panicked and went through and just burned up everything? Just light everything on fire then. Like, chill out, partner. Chill out, partner. And listen, when I tell you my girl Rhaenys is just, every episode, Rhaenys to me is always be the smartest gal. Like that's the only one who see, Rhaenys has have so much sense about her. She's feel like the narrator, like she just in the know. The next scene we see my girl Rhaenys, she's talking to Corlys, and Corlys as usual being a dizzy Dora. Or all he ever talking about Driftmark, the heir to Driftmark, the heir to Driftmark. And Lucerys was supposed to be the heir to Driftmark, but now Lucerys is dead, which means his younger brother Joffrey, who's also a bastard, the youngest brother Joffrey, who is only 6 years old, is now the heir to Driftmark. And so Corlys is like, how am I supposed to get him ready to be the heir to Driftmark? I don't know nothing about both. He's 6. Rhaenys sees that as another fine opportunity to make her original argument, her original pitch to make Rhaena heir to Driftmark. And Corlys is like, huh? Corlys looked at her, like reacted, like they haven't had this conversation before. Like, what? What a crazy thing. He was like, but this time he didn't raise the lineage stuff. This time he was just like, Rhaena don't know nothing. He was like, Rhaena don't know nothing about boats either. She don't know nothing about the sea. She don't know nothing about dragons neither. Rhaena don't know nothing. I'm like, damn. What did my girl Rhaena do? Like, they be talking about Rhaena like she's a squib, like in Harry Potter, like everybody else is a magical born person and she ain't got no magic. I'd be like, oh my girl, why Rhaena catching all this slack? And my girl Rhaena does recognize that everybody playing with her name, okay? Because as she's getting ready to leave, Rhaenyra's doing a whole big send-off with her and the kids and the baby dragons and everybody outside. And Baela goes up to Rhaena to be like, bye sis, you doing something amazing. You looking at it. And Rhaena's like, hey, cut the bullshit. Do me the respect and the courtesy of not pretending like they not sending me off to be a nursemaid for baby dragons and babies. Like I ain't for nothing while you're on ride dragons and do war and la 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 la. Like, and Baela's like, okay, I hear thee. I hear thee. Then next we see Helaena and Alicent talking, and Helaena is talking about grief, and Helaena is basically like, you know what, I feel really bad about Jaehaerys dying, but I guess that I shouldn't feel that bad because so many mothers have to lose their babies. And when she thinks about how they roll her through the city with all the poor folk looking at her, she was like, she could only imagine these poor people was looking at her like, what extra right to grief do you have than all she was like, these poor people have probably lost more babies than rich noble folk like her have, right? And Alicent is like, listen, you have every right to grieve, all right? You have every right to grieve your baby. And Helaena is like, and what about you? Like, how you doing? And Alicent's like, listen, I feel very bad about Jacaerys, but I'm mostly worried about you, my daughter, and how it is on you. And Helaena was like, I forgive you, with her back turned at this point. And Alicent was like, what? And she turned around as if to be, and she looked at her to see like, I forgive you for riding dick while my child was being killed. I ain't gonna say nothing, just look at my eyes, lock in. This is me giving you some absolution for that ass. Take that. And Alicent does, in fact, take that. When we next see Aegon. Now, mind you, earlier in the episode, when Sir Kristen's dumbass decided, oh, he gonna go to the Riverlands, go try take Harrenhal or whatever the off to go do, right? Aegon was like, oh, I'm going with y'all. I going on the dragon. And everybody was like, what if you didn't do that? What if you didn't do that? Like, Aemon was like, you know what, brother? Sit down. Let's let them handle that, okay? Let's not have the king out there doing foolishness. But somehow we get here, and Sir Kristen and them have already left, and Aegon takes that as his cue, like he getting dressed up, and Aegon, is it Aegon the Conqueror things? Or was it Aegon the Conciliator? I don't know, and I'm not gonna pretend, because y'all will be in the comments, mere correction. Y'all got it, partner. He is dressing up in one of his forefathers' outfit to get ready to go meet Sir Criston Cole. He said he's gonna fly out on his dragon to go meet Sir Criston Cole to go participate in the war, because he has this like desperate need to try to prove he ain't pussy. Like obsessed with it. Larys showing up to be the Auto Hightower of the episode. He comes in and he's like, oh my God, let me talk to this. They like, listen, the king is getting ready to go to war, and he's like, oh my God, that's exactly why I need to talk to this dumb nigga. Let me talk to him. So they clear the room. Larys run this game on him so quickly. Listen, Larys didn't even have to work too hard. He come in there and he's like, listen, let me rap to you real quick. I got my ad to the streets. And half the people are saying it's real dope how you getting ready to go to war. How you getting ready to go fly there and go to war for people. Half them saying it's real dope. But then the other half is saying, you going to war so your mommy and your brother could really run the show, because that's who really is the boss around here. That's what you want them thinking about you? You want them thinking your mommy and your brothers have to run things? Pussy. And instantly he's like, who tell you that? Where you hear that from? Larys is like, don't worry about that, baby. Don't worry about that. It matters little. Just know people talking. And once you go, that's what they could say. You pussy. And they go was like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. I can stay. Quick as that. Because like I say, you whisper any little sweet nothings in Aegon ear, any little thing, he's be like, oh my God, I need you. So Criston Cole give him one stupid plan last episode, a stupid plan that didn't work, and he gave the motion of all emotions. So of course, the minute Larys gave him a little bit of gossip, he's instantly like, I like that. I like gossip. He could say to Larys, hey Larys, my daddy always thought he never needed a master of whispers. I really loved when man has come up, how men has found a way to try to macho up gossiping. He's like, my daddy never thought he needed a master of whispers, but I find myself wanting for one. And Larys was like, oh, it would be my honor. So then when we next get like in the place where regular people is be, right? I ain't gonna say it's the Red Keep, I know, maybe. But I think so, because the brothels are around there. Yeah, it's the Red Keep. We meet Daemon and Viserys' bastard brother. He's in the pub, sitting with his like whispering to them. He trying to show off of this secret lineage. Like, hey, I'm actually, y'all don't know this, but I'm the son of Balon the Brave, who is Viserys and Daemon's bastard brother, which makes me bastard and secret uncle to the queen, which in real life gives me absolutely nothing. He was like, and listen, right as he's saying that, he's like, to the rightful queen, Rhaenyra, because them usurpers. Literally immediately then Aegon walk into place. My man, when I tell you, man almost shit bricks. Instantly get up like, hail the king. He was so scared. He was like, he's so lucky Aegon so damn dumb and got a one-track mind. All he trying to do is show off for the people and get to the brothels, right? He have like his little baby king's god there. I don't know what he is, an intern. Like his little intern. He have his little intern there. He trying to force his intern to get his dick wet. Lord, they don't have no HR in the kingdom. No HR in the kingdom. So he tell everybody in the pub he buying drinks all on them. So he start running around the brothel, opening up everybody's sex room. Could you imagine? Like, could you imagine he's the king at the brothel, opening up people's sex rooms at the sex club. Imagine that. Like, imagine you at a sex party and Joe Biden open up your curtain. just running through, opening up the sex curtain. You would lay out. I say this man really, oh Lord, this man don't have no couth. Don't have no couth, not at all. So he running around, opening up the rooms, looking for the particular sex worker he want. And then he finds her. She's with Aemon. You know, his little, what do you call her? What they in The Graduate, man? His Mrs. Robinson. His Mrs. Robinson. And he there, as usual, laid up looking like the shame wizard with her, right? So immediately, the shame wizard is perfect. A shame he was embarrassed. Shame. And Aegon ain't even try to take no mercy on his brother. He laugh and he say, look at him, still the same one hole. He was always look at him, ha ha ha, clown. Aemon over there like, and then eventually he finds it within himself to stand up, dick out. I don't know why they feel like I don't know why they thought we had to see that young man's dick. I don't know what for. But he stands up, ass naked, dick out, and he's like, your young squire. That's what he was, not an intern, a squire. He was like, your young squire could have her. Okay, what's one hole to them all? Don't matter, whatever. Listen. He wanted one tear to fall out on that non-working eye so bad. I just was glistening. When we next see my girl Rhaenyra, she's crying and mourning Lucerys, and I really did feel bad for my gal Dread. Like, think about that time period. Like, she don't even have no pictures of him. She just have to rely on her memory, and memory's so fleeting. That's sad. But anyhow, as she's mourning Lucerys, she finally decides to read the letter Alicent had sent by Raven. You know, when last episode Alicent was like, I sent a letter. Maybe she's interested in negotiating, right? Let's remember that last episode, Alicent, I sent a letter. Maybe she's interested in negotiating, right? But Rhaenyra hadn't read that letter. So now Rhaenyra finally reads that letter because Rhaenys advised her to. Then we see my girl Baela. Alicent's brother and his men think they too good for Sir Criston Cole and them. They don't feel like they need to listen to them, right? So they break off from the group and they talking about they going to the inns and the pubs. So Criston Cole comes up to him like, hey, no, like, sir, get back to the camp. We ain't doing that. And he's like, listen. We going to the pub. We ain't checking for y'all. And then right then, Sir Criston Cole is staring up in the sky and he realizes it's a dragon. And Baela, let me tell you, Baela saw that from way up in the sky. When I tell you, yo, hold on, what's that song? It's on Roly Poly. Come on, Aaron, you have to insert the Roly Poly theme song. And the girls and girls. I'm sorry, I got distracted. You see what the reference was? Way up high in the roly-poly sky. But yeah, Baela saw them from there. And when I tell you my girl ran down on them from the air. Hey, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I thought Baela had one of the best action scenes I've seen in House of the Dragon. When I tell you my girl went like she was rolling. This gal when I tell you I don't even know how Sir Criston Cole think he see her because Baela was up there with the sun, okay? When I tell you Baela come zooming down out the sky to come right after them, and they was on their horse running for their life, and they just barely get in the forest before Baela could light their ass on fire. And she couldn't find them, so she eventually dusts out. When we next see Daemon, she almost called Daemon my boy. Like, when I next see my boy, no. When we next see Daemon, I don't know if he's having a dream, a vision, I have no idea. But he's imagining himself in like a burnt down, that garden that Alicent and Rhaenyra always at King's Landing, that they always be at the kingdom. He's like in a burnt down like version of that. And then this gal who we had seen in the room who was in the room in the background in Harrenhal, like she pops up in this dream, in this vision, I don't know what it is, and she's like, you'll die here. And my wakes up like stressed out. Oh, and I almost forget the best part. While he's having this vision and stuff like that, he walks into a room and you know who he sees? Our girl OG Rhaenyra. Let's go, Millie Alcock. My girl makes one good return and she's there like sewing up Jaehaerys's head to the body, and she's like, oh, look how you always running around and leaving me to clean up with messes. And he looked horrified. And I'm just like, y'all could keep trying to convince me that there's any way that like Daemon feels bad about his actions, but I don't believe you. I don't buy it. I watched Daemon last season hacking up people. I've watched Daemon hacking up and dismembering people. And if you want me to believe that, because he called them criminals or something that like somehow changes like why he's able to just like what it means about it. Like that's how much changes what it means about a person that can hack a mother up, like kill and brutally wanton violence towards people. You want me to believe, oh, he feels so bad about this one little headless baby? I don't think so. I don't think so. And you know what? I'm okay with that, because neither do I. I'm over it. I'm over it. Just like Helena, I've decided we should move on. So when we next see Massaria, Rhaenyra is approaching her like, listen, I need to be able to talk to Alicent. I want to negotiate with Alicent. The only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I actually see her in person. There's no way, like if y'all say to her that y'all have a message for me, she ain't believe that everything on the up and up, and I don't even blame her because I wouldn't believe it either. So you need to find a way to get me to her. And Massaria is like, listen, if you dress like a peasant gal and get in this boat, we could sneak you in. And they do that. Let me decide how I feel about this as I tell y'all what happened. So they sneak my girl in as like, not a monk, a sister, I don't know, you know, a religious lady. They sneak my girl in because the only place Alicent goes where she's ever alone without all her gods is, you know, where she be going to go pray, where she be lighting all them candles and doing all that stuff. So she goes in there and Rhaenyra rolls up on her. And what I think is funny at first is Alicent, you know, Alicent is the queen, so obviously everybody know, like implicitly, if the queen is sitting there, you can't be there, nobody would be there. So when Rhaenyra walks come sit directly next to him pray, this Alicent immediately like Alicent praying, and she's like, in her mind she would say, bitch, you see me here being the queen trying to what girl, she did look like them memes when it'd be like a man at the urinal and a bunch of empty urinals, and suddenly the man comes in, walks past all the empty urinals to come right next to the one man. That's how Alicent was like. And then Rhaenyra was like, when she see Rhaenyra, she immediately gonna scream. Rhaenyra grab her, Rhaenyra have the knife, like, bitch, shut the up, I trying to talk to you. And she's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, listen, I think you wanted to negotiate. I want to come here and negotiate. And Alicent is like, and if I cry out right now, if I scream for help, Rhaenyra said, if you scream for help, then your gods will come and they'll either kill me or imprison me, but not before I kill you though, bitch. Remember that. This knife right here, so let's get on one accord. Let's talk. Rhaenyra tries to remind her of the attorney that they attended together back in season 1, the one where they originally first met Sir bitch ass Kristen Cole. Rhaenyra's like, listen, we learned even then as kids, me and you realized that men that are trained up to fight are eager to see blood and glory. And so that's exactly what could happen again. She's like, that's exactly what could happen here. All these hot-headed just want to fight. All they want to do is be a war. She realized, she's like, listen, I know you don't want that. There's gonna be all kind of bloodshed. Thousands of people could die. We could tear this kingdom up and down. She's like, you could stop it, please. I want to. You send me the letter. You wanted to negotiate. I want to. Let's avoid things. But you know, Alicent, always mad and self-righteous and self-indignant and just forever. Alicent is just looking at her horrified the whole time she talking, just being like, oh, like, why are you talking to me type energy, while Rhaenyra is like desperately pleading with her like, please, let's avoid war. Alicent is like, ain't nothing I could do. This was a silly plan for you to come in here was real dangerous. It's over for you. Ain't no reason. There ain't nothing for us to talk about. There's nothing for us to negotiate. You don't have no army, and anybody who had pledged you has changed their mind because now they know you a depraved bitch, Rhaenyra the cruel, who out here killing babies. Rhaenyra's like, don't put that body on me. I did not kill that child. She was like, and this is rich coming from y'all who killed my son. And Alicent is like, I told you that I said that was terrible. And Rhaenyra's like, yeah, you told me that you said it was terrible. Girl, shut the up. Like, Rhaenyra's like, shut the up, girl. Like, you want me to believe, oh, you think it's so terrible, meanwhile you usurped my throne. And Alicent is like, I did no such thing. And let me just say this, Alicent, this whole conversation, like this whole little back and forth they about to have, where they seem to like, Alicent is genuinely realizing that Viserys didn't actually name Aegon. Like, she knows that. And at the end of the day, they all know that, because Otto said last episode to Aegon, like, we usurped the throne. Like, they know what they did. Alicent knows what they did. Like, anyway, Alicent is like, we did no such thing. Viserys changed his mind. Rhaenyra's like, he did not change his mind. I literally talked to my daddy that night. Hours earlier, he had reaffirmed that it's my throne. She's like, and moreover, even if he hadn't told me that night, bitch, he told you and he told us every single day of his life. My daddy loved me and he told you repeatedly that he wanted me to heir. Stop giving me this bullshit about how he changed his mind. And Alicent is like, listen, bitch. I'm telling you, I said on my dead mummy's grave, bitch, he changed his mind. And Rhaenyra looks at her and her face, like, she stares into her eyes, and it's clear that Rhaenyra reads her as being sincere, being genuine, which hurts Rhaenyra. Like, you see her immediately get emotional, like, my daddy really didn't name me. Like, my daddy really did change his mind. Like, tell me what my daddy say. She was like, my daddy didn't say my name. And Rhaenyra and Alicent was like, no, he didn't say your name. And Rhaenyra looked at her like, Rhaenyra was like, well, what did he say then? She was like, he said Aegon's name. Rhaenyra's like, what specifically? She said, yes. All I know is he said to Aegon, he's the one that was promised. And Rhaenyra's like, hold on, scourge, run it back. What specifically did he say? Instantly, Alicent realized she fucked up. Like, hold on, what I say? Hold on, my enemy looks too excited. What I say wrong? Rhaenyra's like, what did he say? Did he say those exact words? And Alicent is like, yeah. And Rhaenyra's like, did my daddy ever tell you the story of the Song of Ice and Fire? And she's like, no. She's like, that's a story he always used to tell me. It's about Aegon the Conqueror. Alicent, a bitch who clearly don't know the family history, was like, Aegon the Conqueror? Yeah, bitch. Aegon the Conqueror. Not Aegon, your pussy degenerate ass son. Like, so instantly she's like, oh shit. But like, here's my thing. Like I said, Alicent know that man ain't name a child, and regardless, and you know how I know? Because she don't give a regardless. She doesn't give a shit, because just she gets confirmed in this moment. She does realize, like, oh, okay, like without a shadow of a doubt, y'all see, we know she knows now that they did not name her son. And you know what she just have to say? She's like, it's too late. She's Rhaenyra's like, a mistake was made. It's too late. And Alicent's like, there's no mistake. No mistake was made. Rhaenyra's like, bitch, you know there was a mistake. Like, you could do this. Like, you could stop this. And Rhaenyra and Alicent is like, listen, there was no mistake. It's too late. Aegon has already set his mind on war, and you know how he is. And she's like, so Kristen Cole has already gone out. Otto's already fired. She basically says, like, it's out of her control. Like, because Otto is out of the kingdom and Sir Kristen is now the hand and Aegon is settled on war, she can't do nothing. She can't control anything. And that's such, and she goes, it's too late, Rhaenyra, we're at war. And then instantly you see Rhaenyra like looks like sad, like for a second, and then like it registered and said it in her face, like, okay, I guess I've tried everything that I can. We at war now. And let me tell you what I have to say about this. First of all, Alicent is full of shit. Like, oh, you presented now like, oh, it's too late because you can't do anything about Aegon. Even though you was just up and down swearing to Otto just last episode that Aegon is this just temporary with Aegon. He's a little bloodthirsty now because of his son. But you know, he will get over it down the line. You still have influence and pull over him and yada yada yada. And yet now when Rhaenyra says it's like, oh, it's too late. Like, Alicent is just so full of shit. Like, she's so full of shit. But nonetheless, I know she full of shit. I've been know she full of shit. So I know it was too late. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why Rhaenyra. How many public service announcements does Rhaenyra need that they're at war? They done took a throne. They done kill a child. She done, whether or not she made the call or not, they done retaliate on her behalf and kill their child. What you don't understand, the Blackwoods and the Brackens done fighting, like people done dead. Like they showed literally nothing but dead bodies on the field. Why you still think the time to negotiate? It was actually never. You never needed to be negotiating with this bitch at this point. Like I feel like I'm tired of Rhaenyra. I feel like I'm tired of Rhaenyra being in delusional la la land, and then she wanna have this serious face. Like every time, I feel like how many of these serious faces? Like at the end of last season when you find out Lucerys dies, it's the serious face to register that we about to get cracking now. Then yet again, season started and she ain't ready to get it cracking. Now you making another face. How many times? Like I don't get it. They done kill your son. They done send people into your palace and kill you. Woo. Well, you ain't getting, child. This episode dreamed me. Give me your thoughts in the comments.